all is not well in democracy also, because we feel that democracy is a very ideal kind of government where everything is perfect. But in actual way, it is not right, at least in Indian standard. Not only in India. See, even dictators like Hitler, they use parliament or House of Representatives for doing things in the name of law. All that is what Hitler done to the Jews were legal as far as the German laws were concerned of that time. Similarly, in India, the democracy and its majority once make a law, it is not always justice. It never reach all the people or all of its citizens in an equal way. Even Indian Constitution is sometimes contradictory. For example, Article 14 of Indian Constitution says equality among its citizens. And the 15, it is stated that equal opportunity is ensured between its citizens. And then other article, the next one, says it prohibits discrimination between citizens in the name of caste, religion, race, language or sex. But when it reaches Article 330, there comes reservation. The reservation in the name of caste is a clear discrimination, or it states that the unreserved category of people, unreserved people, they are discriminated or kept aside for availing certain opportunities in education or employment or social welfare or whatnot. So how can we say that Indian Constitution is a perfect one? See, in the Constitution, things are very clear. But once they narrate it, whether it is parliament or judiciary, they do according to their kind of view. For example, Indian Constitution states that a particular community or a caste is completely backward in social, financial or other aspects, then it can be given, or it can be given a special treatment. Well, that is what caste reservation is. But in the respective articles, it is clearly stated that it is class, not caste. But the judiciary or the parliament or the politicians, they give this particular kind of definition of class towards certain communities. That is as a privilege given to some people or some group of some sections of people who may favor them. This is for the politicians, I say. For special kind of consideration in the electoral politics. So we cannot say that democracy is perfect. So everywhere this kind of discrimination can be seen in the democratic India. If it is in a feudal state or in a colonial state, the things are different. But this is democratic India. We are a republic and we have a clear foundation of a constitution, how to maintain the level of its citizens and the way of their lives. But that itself is misused for discriminating a section of people. It's not fair, and we cannot say this is social justice. This social justice doesn't have justice, this social equality doesn't have equality, and what now? Only discrimination. So, the caste-based reservation first cut the talent and merit, then robs of the opportunities, then complain, we are discriminated, we are oppressed, then appointing commissions by the government. The entire media is backing them. And the final lose is for the unreserved and a brand as fascist or oppressor. So when they say that they were oppressors, actually they mean their forefathers, not the present people, present generation. For 3 generations of democratic India, reservation is going on. The special treatment or the privilege is going on. That is, a person whose income is 100 times more than that of the national per capita income or India's per capita, he is eligible for a special treatment if he is born in a particular caste or a community which is classified as a special or scheduled caste or scheduled tribe or other backward communities. There are states like Tamil Nadu where 69 to 75% of every opportunities in education, employment and other social welfare is clearly reserved for them. And in that way, out of the 125 crores of Indians, 22 crores of people, that is 17% of Indian population, is discriminated with a clear backing of Indian Constitution and law, accusing them as oppressors. And what oppression they had done, they don't know, because they are accused of this oppression for the doing of their forefathers, ancestors, at a different period of time, at a different stage of history. It had been done. And for that, the present generation is victimized. It's not only victimized, they are marginalized. If things are going in such a way, in another 50 years, this particular 17% of people becomes a minority. That is what Supreme Court asked in 2015 while delivering a judgment on a community quota case, that if these people, these unreserved people, demand for a minority status, what would be the government's stand? The parliament or the government, they kept mum. So, whenever such kind of questions are aroused by the Court of Justice or Supreme Court, Apex Court, never Indian Parliament or the government open their mouth. See, even for small things, the media makes big shouts, and when it matters, this minority of unreserved people, the media is also silent. They are all backed by a pseudo thought or pseudo intellectuals. They want to present themselves as secular or more human while discriminating this unreserved group of people. There are many hidden agendas among a group of a section of the society, like the media, then the missionaries, the corporates, they all have some kind of hidden agenda in backing the Dalits or the tribals in such a way that they can be made as an instrument to oppose the respective governments at the center for their own reasons. Nowadays, even these reserved category people, for example the Dalit groups, they are the target group of the anti-nationals, anti-Indian groups active in India, for making them anti-social or anti-government or anti-establishment. The universities or the higher educational institutions where caste-based reservation is a way of admission, and many students, after 2006 amendment of that particular law that permits caste reservation facility in higher education centers like IIMs, Indian Institute of Management or Indian Institute of Technology or other higher institutions. And these students who are getting admitted with a lower merit level, they cannot cope up with the curriculum of the institutes. And last year, the Ranchi Institute dismissed 75 of its students for not achieving a particular level of grade in their academic performance. So, it is very simple to say that, yeah, those people, those 75 students have been dismissed for not getting that particular level of academic achievement. But that incident, it causes another thing which we are not considering. Another 75 students lost their opportunity. If these 75 students, without having sufficient marks or the merit level, did not appoint or get admitted in this institute, the talented or meritorious students might have admitted in that particular course, and 1 year they would have earned. In this particular case, it went waste, a national waste. So, this is caste-based reservation system is not just in the educational or the other employment sector alone. It is affecting the every walks of life. The government, when give a special kind of treatment or a provision for those community members for employment in government, public jobs, what does it mean? Any government, whether it is a BJP government or a Congress government or a third front government, whichever is the political party, they come with a policy. A political policy will be there. They have a plan for the country, for the people, a plan of development. And for that, to implement that, they require a good administrative system of officers. A good bureaucracy is required. A very well designed government administrative system is required, where you are appointing second grade or third grade or fourth grade or what not, appointing in positions of government or public sector jobs. Where would be their policies going? How it is being implemented? I don't think it is any government or a ruler can get that result with a substandard group of people running the show. So, another kind of thing is, this world where we are living now is a globalized, backed by globalized economy. The world is getting smaller and smaller day by day. The boundaries are disappearing. The entire world is becoming one kind of society, a uniform society. When the entire world is becoming so developed and competitive, how can we go with a administrative system or a human resource backing of substandard people? So to get the best result for any government or any political party, it requires the best brain for running the show, the administrative system. Here it is very funny to see the thing in such a way that the government jobs are giving as a gift or a privilege. When somebody is dying, somebody is being raped, some accidents occurs, the government give a compensation to those affected in that particular, or the victim, a job in the public sector or a job in the government. And these people are every day in today's world. Our country is having many victims, and all those victims once get appointed in different kind of positions like this. In addition to the reservation, caste reservation, where our country will go. So even Dr. Ambedkar taught the caste reservation system, for which he was the main advocate during the drafting of the Indian Constitution. He was very adamant about the reservation system. But after 5 years or 6 years of its implementation in democratic India, he himself got frustrated with this particular system. So, while constituting a new political party, the Republican Party of India, in its manifesto he drafted that the caste-based reservation system will be eliminated or will be abolished by 1960 or 61 because his community is a victim of this system, caste-based system. Because the entire community, if it goes like this, will become a government dependable society forever for getting admission in an educational institution or an employment or its promotion or whatnot. Everywhere they have a dependability kind of, a dependency kind of attitude. And the spirit of competition will be going from their mind. See, human nature is of a competitive spirit. Every man, every person, every nation, every institution should have a competitive spirit to come up. Once a preferential treatment is given or a privilege is being given to a community, a particular community or a section of people, and what? In India, it is 83% of people. 83% of Indians are getting preferences. Either as scheduled caste, scheduled tribes, other backward communities, minorities. So, our society is being divided. And everybody is telling the caste system in India was very bad and it should be eliminated from the society. How we can? The caste-based reservation system itself is the main instrument now in making the caste system, the age-old caste system, survive. Because Manusmriti, what Manusmriti was for the casteist people, or for the caste system. Indian constitution becomes their new Manusmriti for the caste reservation system for the reserved group of people. Both are same. It's privilege. There it was given to the upper section of the society. Here it is different. So a father is getting, his son is getting, grandson is getting, and still great grandson is waiting for caste reservation, for getting admitted in a institute or a particular education institute, or getting a promotion. What is there is no social justice in this. This is social discrimination in the name of caste. So naturally, we should have a scientific study on this issue to understand what is the cure for the actual disease what we face in Indian society. Caste reservation is not a cure at all, it's a disease.